Remix. 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 Remix.
Welcome out to the Remix Morning Show. Right here on Black Liberation Media, in case you didn't know. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor, and yes, it is time for some of that boom bap breakfast, bringing it to you right here, right now, to your face. Let me introduce you to your host with the most. She goes by the name of Burn It Down, Kim.
Backspin. Love it.
Yeah. What's good?
Hey, good morning.
Goody. Hey, good morning, man. We're running a little late, you know.
Are we? I don't think there is such a thing as late, Ear Doctor. Colonizers determine lateness. You understand?
Well, some things I agree with colonizers on.
We know, nigga. We know. You have some common ground with the colonizers.
Fucks with them colonizers on their time, boy. You know, I don't agree with the land taking and the massacres, but the time?
The time, right. Punctuality.
If we knew the time, we might have not allowed them niggas to put us on them boats. So I'm just saying. Ooh, you like that right there, right?
Listen, touche. I don't even know. I can't.
People start talking about that time is a construct, blah blah blah.
It is a construct of crackerism, sir. Look at our people. Look at the brown and the blacks around the world. They do things at sunrise, sunset, dusk, and sunrise changes day to day, right? It's not, the sun doesn't rise at the same time every day. Sun doesn't set at the same time every day. So we operate more off the natural signals of rise and fall of time. Whereas the crackers are like, yes, man, if you are 5 minutes late, stay home. I used to, you ever, no, see, you ain't worked no real job, so you ain't never.
I had a real job before. I used to do collections for a law firm.
Well, that's a real job. You take money, yes.
Yeah, you know.
You ever had a supervisor hit you with, well, if you're going to be 5 minutes late, you might as well not show up.
Well, like, see, when you got good numbers like me, it didn't matter if you strolled in a little bit late. You know what I'm saying? They was like, there you go. You know, when I walked in the office, I used to get awards and shit for, what was it, quality control, when you know how to say the whole message real nice and talk to people nice. And yeah, man, I was pretty good. I always strive to be the best at whatever I do, you know. I suggest y'all do the same. How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. We had a good weekend. Well, you know, I mean, I had a good weekend. The city of DC probably didn't have a good weekend, but you know,
it's not affected out there in your area where you at.
Not in Maryland.
It's a lot of white people.
Well, let's put it this way. So ICE is doing, like, ICE is snatching niggas everywhere, correct? Like, but we don't have the National Guard in Maryland. Let's put it that way. So there's ICE, there's Homeland Security. I don't think they're going as hard in and around the Maryland area. You know, people can chime in here if they know better. I mean, I know there was Homeland Security and ICE out Langley Park, which is right there on the PG County, Montgomery County line. I know ICE has been spotted out Montgomery County. Regardless, it ain't the National Guard rolling through, and it's not them alphabet boys rolling through at the extent that they are in DC. And it's just,
yeah, I'm hearing this mad crazy.
It's not even so much that it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy dystopian considering the reasons given, right? And we know the reasons given are not the reasons, right? Crime. DC is probably safer than Atlanta, would be my guess, right?
Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you what else was crazy. Running into Kamal K. Franklin was Franklin.
Oh, you what up? In the wild. Oh, that's right, Naka. You had the Pan-African Community Festival.
Yeah, community. Yeah, Pan African Festival.
Well, whatever. It was community.
Like, why is he so exact on the community part? Like,
I mean, you know, time, exactness. I just try to be on point. You know what I'm saying?
Do you? With
He had on
everything
his
but
same-
Well,
vocabulary.
not the English
he had the same little
lexicon.
muscle shirt on also when we were out there together.
Yeah, I was out
You ain't
there.
got the pic? Can you can't show the pic? The pic with me and the fam?
Come on,
Oh,
you
you
know
ready?
what
I
I'm
know
saying?
you're ready. I know
Come
you're
on,
ready.
man. I'm on point. What do y'all expect from me? Anything else? Shit.
I was gonna
No,
make
not a
joke.
lot.
I'm gonna
You
keep
don't
it to
expect a
myself.
lot.
So yeah, I got to run into the Franklins.
The Franklins.
Wait a minute.
on
Why
the
is it
scene.
saying the browser can't access your screen? Try to capture a different screen. The problem continues.
You gonna read that whole thing on here? Why you gonna read it on here? Don't you know how to? You're not supposed to read that. You're supposed to like do something, make it look like you're not doing, they're not fubbing. You're gonna like read this shit on here. What's
I
wrong with you?
mean, I'm slow. I mean, I'll give you that right there. I'm slow right now. I don't know why it's not doing it. It's
Send it to me.
I'll
Send
figure
to
it out.
me in the chat. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's not that big a deal, I guess.
Yeah, well, we'll get to it. But anyway, I got to see him, his family. I got to see a bunch of people. It was nice. I got to rock out with Moo Fresh on the stage. Yeah, so
big deals.
I got a little footage of that. Let me see if I
love
can
to
pull
see
that up.
That's gonna work. And it
Yeah.
rained a little.
It rained. It did. Here's the footage real quick. See, now this one to play, but everything else
right.
don't.
They told me that's all I can do. Oh, sorry, y'all. I love y'all.
Yes, and the rain shut it down.
Oh, the cops tried to come shut it down. Was that correct also?
Well, the city had to shut it down because they were saying the rain and electricity, and they kept blah blah blah, and y'all black people look like y'all having too much fun. So it's like a nice little Brooklyn block party. You know what I mean?
That's what it did look like a little bit. It reminded me, I was like, yeah, it looked like Brooklyn a little bit.
Yeah, but and not enough people came out. I don't know about the promotion side of it. I feel like
the rain. You don't think the rain kept people? I saw people started to look like it was getting a little crowded in the rain.
Yeah.
People started scattering.
Yeah, they was out there dancing in the rain too. You know us. We
That's
get
right.
out there and have a good time. We like, fuck it. We outside.
Especially
I know, Ricky Ryan. I don't get to see you no more. I feel so separated from you, Ricky. Separated from. Oh, not a good choice of words. My bad.
That's wild. I guess. I mean, if you feel separated, like conjoined twin babies, I guess.
y'all Kiki wide in the front. Now that we're separated. You probably like that song come out.
I would.
Avant, separated.
Oh my goodness. So other than that, how was your weekend? Kamal, did you have a weekend?
Oh, it was a good weekend. In fact, you know what? Let me do a special shout out. That's how good the weekend was.
Okay.
FD Signify is my man. And
Really?
I won't take any bad talk about FD Signify. Don't you say nothing wrong about FD Signifier. Without me, with a simple text, this brother, I said, hey, we having some trouble promoting our land projects. Like, you know, people like, I'm not that big of an influencer. We stalled out at about $2,700. I couldn't get the remix people to give me a lot of money. That's for sure. So I asked, that was on knock. Yeah. So I asked, FD, can you do a little video? Can you do a little video for us? And he put together a little video. He went at Killer Mike, and talked about some of Killer Mike's stuff. And then at the end, he talked about, and he was talking about like land projects, and he put in something about our land project. In 3 days, that video has garnered over 200,000 views, and it moved our land project, which was stuck, from about 2,500 to reaching our goal. $20,225 raised, 101%. We're gonna keep it going for a few more days. You know, I'm just joking about y'all in remix. I know y'all gave me a couple of dollars here and there, but I'll put it back in the chat just to see if y'all can do a little something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you need to relax. You reach your goal now. I don't know.
I gotta relax.
Don't you? Relax.
Isn't that the time to go open the goal? Because the 20 was artificial. You know what I'm saying? So I need some more money, more money, more money, more money. So just putting that out there for folks. If anybody got a couple more dollars to spare, the 20,000 will get us there. So really, I'm going to text him later. So I really do appreciate the fact that he did that. And he did it in such a way that helped us really, and he didn't have to. And so him, using his platform, which has well over 1 million followers. So that was a good weekend because I got to see the numbers rise and rise. I was like, oh, okay, here's a little hit. Okay.
I feel like he should be interviewing the Remix Morning Show. That'll be crazy right there. What you think, Cabal? Kim?
I mean, you should interview me again.
Yeah, and then you could bring up the Remix Morning Show.
Oh no, I won't do that. Yeah.
Anyway, here's a picture.
Oh, hey, look at the point.
The whole crew. Yeah.
Look at
that. I got to work on my selfie taking, man. It's terrible.
That one looks good.
I'll be looking to the side. Right, yeah, that's Momo. Yeah, I gotta work on those. But yeah, man, that's dope. That's dope. Continue to give and let's get out on this land and make some things happen.
Yeah. So really pleased. Thank everybody, and all relatively seriousness. Thanks everybody who did participate. Yeah.
I was playing basketball and messed my back up again. Huh?
You was talking about your weekend?
Yeah, I wasn't finished.
Oh, but no one asked. I just pointed.
Yeah, no, I was just letting you know how I feel right now.
What's wrong with your back, son? You because you're old. Because you're old.
I played. I as soon as I got 5 minutes, I would jump for a rebound. My back was like, oh. But I stayed out there. I lost the first game. The second game, I won, and I hit nothing but threes because I didn't run in or nothing. Ball, I was just hitting them. So I felt good about that. But now I put some Tiger Bomb.
How was your back?
Well, I got Tiger Bomb on it now, so hopefully it could. Like icy hot. But you know what I realized?
Run. You keep trying to go out there and run with the young bulls.
I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I can't.
So what though? Exactly.
The thrill of winning. I'm addicted to winning. I am.
But normally people your age take up bowling or golf, right? Like, less high impact on the joints, as it were.
Right, you're right. I was thinking about just start walking around the track like all the other old people.
Going to the mall. Look, there we go. A step counter there on your wrist. Like I do. Every 20 minutes I look over, I'll be like, ooh, I got to get some more steps in. I'm
about to be a mall walker.
So all of us, we are literally days away from being mall walkers. Like, it's a countdown.
I used to look at them in the morning when I had to shop in the mall, man. It's like, damn, boy, they come every damn day and just walk this mall.
Listen, I used to have to open, you know what I'm saying? I worked retail, you know what I'm saying? I had to come in and open numerous weekday mornings. Old folks is in there, okay? Early, deep.
But you know,
up, yes.
You know what I was thinking? Now that I'm turning 50, I'm a better my diet. I'm gonna start chill with the coffee. Start making some teas that got actual some benefits. They got some herbal benefits and stuff like that.
Coffee has a lot of benefits.
Yeah, it does. I think it's just when you add the sweeteners and stuff like that. That's what
kind of sweetener? That's where you do go wrong. Now I do. Yeah. I put is raw sugar in my coffee. I don't do the.
Yeah, I put agave in it, and
what's right? That all sounds like a very natural, healthy.
Yeah, agave and a little bit of like some of these almond milk creamers and stuff like that. But it got gum in it, so different types of gum. So it's not the best thing to be, drinking every day.
Kamal, what lifestyle changes are you making as as we advance in age. I don't know how else
Come
to say
on, man. You gotta look at it like, yo, we lived a life, we partied, we drank, we smoked, did all this stuff. Now it's time to be like, all right, let me start repairing myself before I get to this older age and start having pains and this, that, and the third.
Well, I feel like I'm mostly, not always, but trying. I feel like I'm back on the grind of trying to be healthy. Still doing some lifting here and there. Again, seriously doing my walking steps for physical health.
Mhm.
I think I'm trying to figure out my next steps in terms of my organizing. How do I continue to build out the stuff that I've done? What else needs to happen? And trying to find my happy space. Yeah, my happy space. Yeah.
Kim, do we need to get you another dog to get you out walking, or what? Do you get back to walking now that Bagheera's not around?
That's an excellent question. Well, I wasn't doing a whole lot of walking with Bagheera anyway because Bagheera was elderly herself, right? Like she wasn't.
Wait a
walking.
minute, the dog is gone?
My dog passed away in
Did
May.
we talk about this in May?
You wasn't here, man.
He was.
Oh,
here,
okay.
actually.
I was here. My bad. I forgot. I didn't know. My bad.
I'm about to jog your memory. Remember, I had to cuss out my neighbor because they made a comment about
Yes.
my dog. Okay.
Okay.
He died
Now
after
you
that.
remember. No,
I
she
remember
died
that.
before.
I remember that story.
The comment was in response to the dog dying.
Oh, I do remember now because you were about to go call her. You about to go do something.
Oh, I didn't about to. I called her every name that I could think of. Okay. She got called all kinds of see you next Tuesday. Stay put.
See you next Tuesday. That was good.
Like, no, it wasn't about to. She got called all kinds of names. Okay. Wow.
I gotta use that one. Be like, see you next Tuesday.
So anyway, my dog has passed away back in May. So, but to your point, I want to find a routine because I used to do yoga in the house, but I'm a cardio girl. I like to sweat. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I'm still trying to figure that out. But I'm chunky. I weighed myself. I'm my second highest weight that I've ever been. I'm 170 pounds.
Okay, I remember being that.
Thankfully, it falls a lot in my butt now. So
it falls in the right places.
Yeah, but see but that's so I've always had that issue. Like when I'm a little overweight, that's when I have a butt. But when I'm in shape, my normal sweat, size 4, I don't have a lot of butt. You know what I'm saying? My butt goes away. So when I put on weight, it goes directly to the trunk. But when I lose weight and get in shape, it all,
I'm sure somebody's not complaining about that then.
Oh, no one's complaining.
Ain't nothing like some booty, boy.
The only complaints are, and some of my middle-aged ladies, y'all might be able to relate to me. Everything is tight. You understand? Like all my clothes are tight.
Hey, Kim, when you sit down, you got to unbutton your top button.
Naka, there are shorts, for example. I had this pair of shorts. I've had this pair of shorts forever. You know what I'm saying? And they've always kind of fit a little loose. So, not this year. not this year. I'm sitting here having to do the jump, You
gotta lay on the bed and put your pants on.
Woo, yo. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna see if I can try to tighten a little bit of this up. But I feel very womanly, if that makes any sense. Like part of me is not in a big rush to get in shape or lose weight because I'm like, I feel my body feels more womanly maybe than it's ever felt. You know what I'm saying? I feel my hips and my breast and my back, like these thighs, these yams. Woo! I'm killing them with the yams. But anyway, so
okay, thickums, I see you.
I like it though. But everything I can't wear no clothes because all my clothes are tight.
And I heard you were out and about. You were out the demonstration in DC. Like you were out and about this weekend.
You heard. I know you don't watch my channel.
See,
I know he didn't click on the
people said they saw you in the streets.
Who's people? Name people.
I can't name people, but it's people I know.
That's right.
I know you.
Eyes be everywhere. You never know.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I stay in the house. Because
how was it? How was the streets this weekend?
Nick, it was filled with police. What you mean? How was the streets?
And then I heard they're bringing in more from Mississippi and Alabama are sending more National Guard.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yes, they are. To do what? To harass these children for jaywalking. And to be honest, I have not seen a single white get shook down. I've been watching the videos. Have y'all seen the whites get shook down? Have you seen the whites be stopped and asked where they going, where they coming from?
I just heard a dude threw a sandwich at a cop. That's about it.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
That white.
And he's being treated with all the deference deserving of a white man.
He got charged with a felony.
Kamal, they didn't keep him in jail. They let him out the same day.
Let him out.
The same day?
Same day.
Ricky Ryan said Kim got us over 30,000 views. Shout out to Kim.
Oh, word?
Good job, Kim.
Whoa! Thanks for telling me that. Thanks, Ricky.
What was you on to get him views?
You did it on YouTube or Instagram
YouTube,
or whatever.
YouTube,
Yeah.
YouTube. Mm-hmm. I was on YouTube, but I don't know what she thought, but I was telling people on my stream, go to the Paca DMV Instagram page, because there was much better sound and videography over there than what I was providing. So I'm like, if you like what you're hearing, go get a better quality sound version, picture version of it over on another. I don't have a problem sharing the love, but anyway, it's so good. I'm glad the folks responded.
Wait a minute, did y'all see the video? Everybody saw the video with the dude throwing the sandwich. I didn't get to hear the sound, but it was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
You didn't see it? Oh, we got to search for that.
All right, so let me go ahead and we go into our break, and then you can pull that up, and then we can get into the news and all that. Big up the playback sounds in the building.
Playback sounds.
You know what I'm saying? My man,
what
Loose.
Up? Loose.
Big up. All right, let's do it like this.
He was always my favorite at playback.
Yeah, he was only one.
There were two of y'all. I think I was talking about him.
Ouch. Y'all just use me for production and a couple laughs here and there and shit. Boy, I tell you, niggas. All right, let's take a quick break right here on No Other Than the Remix Morning Show. Yeah. What's good, everybody? Welcome out to the Remix Morning Show. I go by the name of the Air Doc. It's kind of light in here. I need to fix that light. I'm looking like Kamal's cousin out here. Give me a like, a subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare. And where can you go to donate? At blkliberationmedia.org, as you see at the bottom of the screen. Show your love. We are demonetized as a channel because we bring the real, and that's just what it is. All right, let's start with the weather. We are in ATL today. We got a high today of 86 degrees. Next, let's take it to DC. DC got a high today of 72 degrees. Going to be a little bit of rain up there, too. Chicago, the Chi, 78 degrees. Houston, 89. LA, Los Angeles, they got a high of, 84. Belize. I would love to go down there. They got a high of 86 degrees. And last but not least, at the Pan-African Festival, ran into a guy from Liberia. We never talk about Liberia ever, but Harper, Liberia has a high today of 76 degrees. And it's not cool. It's not cool. I'll tell you what else is not cool. The fact that your boy Boosie Badass is about to go to jail again. I mean, y'all know a lot of y'all probably don't even know who I'm talking about. But he's looking at going to jail again about accepting a plea deal in a federal gun case. So, pretty much got caught up with a gun. But my question is, I mean, these entertainers are constantly getting bothered by different people. People want to run up when you got your jewels and stuff like that. I feel like entertainers should be able to have a gun. I don't know. What y'all think about that? Let's get back to it right here on the Remix Morning Show and see what they're talking about.
Can I say this about Boosie Badass? You said he had a federal gun charge.
Mm-hmm.
And what, he carries a gun because he wears $1 million worth of jewelry?
I mean,
to go to the mall.
Look, the Walmart too. I ran into him at Walmart, but he didn't have a bunch of jewelry on. Yeah, now he's buying stuff for the community. He was buying a bunch of stuff to give out to the community. I mean, I see he's constantly doing stuff for people. But I just feel like certain people should be able to carry guns on them. But I guess being a felon, I guess not. So never mind.
I don't even know why felons can't carry guns. I mean, if this is a gun culture, if this is a gun country, then everybody. I mean, which is a sad indictment on the status of America. But if I don't think, I don't fucking know. Let me shut up.
I don't know why we need so much. I mean, they're not being used for revolutionary purposes. It's just crazy to me that everybody and his mama got a gun. And if you wear $1 million worth of jewelry and then your other suggestion is I got to carry a gun because I'm wearing all this jewelry, well, stop wearing the fucking jewelry.
I mean, it's part of your get up. That's part of your.
Why? But why? But why?
It takes you to a place of wanting to be like me as an MC, and you want to be wealthy, and it give.
That's not real wealth.
Rap music for a lot of people. And remember, notice I said rap, not hip hop. Rap music for a lot of people is you can't stand when I start talking.
I know the distinction when you do your distinctions. Go ahead.
Rap music is about an illusion. It's about braggadociousness. It's about, having this, that, and the third, and then possibly, you can have this, that, and the third if you work hard, young man and woman. And so it's an illusion.
But $1 million.
And their investments.
Like they said something. I still like wearing jewelry. I still like jewelry. But $1 million worth? $1 million.
It's an investment, though, right? Jewelry
is it? If you're wearing it around the block and you got to have the gun, is it an investment? People usually lock investments away.
That's true.
Let the investment raise, they put it someplace where the investment is safe. Like you live in a society.
Yeah, the watches,
the watches. Yeah, it just seems like a lot to me. I just don't understand it.
So when the shit go down, when you can't get into your bank account, all y'all people that just rely on having money in accounts and electronic money and don't have no real.
What you gonna do with the chain around your neck? You gonna use that?
No, come out.
You use it to barter.
Let him finish out. Go ahead. What are we gonna do when we have no bank and they got chains?
Then you gonna use that chain to barter for
what?
For like water, food, certain things you need that other people can't get because they can't get no money out the bank.
Anybody that would exchange a diamond for water is an idiot. Okay,
like hard times, you thirsty, you gonna change something. You got something.
You ain't gonna give your water away for a diamond.
That's my point. Exactly. I'm not giving away my water. Value. A diamond does nothing. You can't eat a diamond. You cannot drink a diamond. Diamond does not provide any sort of sustenance to a human body whatsoever.
So say the system go down and you exchange this diamond necklace for a plot of land or a house or something like that, and then the system or the economy comes back up, then you're like, oh shit, I'm up. I got a diamond necklace.
That's a big reach. Yes,
this is a better reach.
What is?
I got 2 videos for y'all. My 2 favorite videos that I could not stop watching. So one will be the dude with the sandwich, because this was
done. They kept saying every time they kept saying his name on the news. I'm like, are they saying Sean Don? Like, who is Sean Don? The nigga who threw the sandwich named Sean Don. Sean Dunn.
Sean Dunn. What up, Dunn?
Kim, do you have any background on him in terms of following the story? Who? Nothing.
I'm not clear.
Straight white man.
Straight white man. He looked like a cisgender white man who worked for the Department of Justice. Who I'm not clear whether or not he lost his DOJ job after throwing the sandwich or he had lost his job before throwing the sandwich. So I can't remember if he got fired and then he was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go throw the sandwich, or he was a DOJ employee and threw the sandwich and then got fired.
Okay, he seemed really upset, and then I like. Okay, let's play it because then I like his running afterwards. Good. Man, he's yelling at this cop. Now look, damn! What he goes for?
Run, Forrest, run!
So hold on, real quick. So they did apprehend him, as you know. They caught up with him a couple blocks later. So he was arrested, and I think he was released. And then he was in his apartment, and his lawyer was in communications with, I don't know, DC police, DOJ, I'm not sure. And they were making arrangements for him to turn himself in based off these federal charges. But No, the police could not allow him to just simply turn himself in. They showed up to his crib with like 20 cops.
Oh, damn.
Kicked in his door, made a big example out of him, but still he was released. Like, again, I said, look at the whiteness. Let one of them young black children from Petworth have thrown a sandwich at a federal agent. Do you think they would have been out of jail the same night?
Oh, no. But this one is my favorite video of the year.
Oh, let's go.
So this is also DC. So this cat never appears on camera, but basically he comes across cops harassing kids, and there's gonna be a lot of language in this one, y'all. It's gonna be a lot of language. Good,
we love language.
Yeah, this might as well be Kim.
Colorful language.
Colorful language.
Yes.
Let me make sure the sound is up.
Please.
I looked at this video like 80 times.
Check that sound volume thing over there.
I just tried to turn it up to make sure. Okay, cool. I'm going to fuck it up.
All right, production. I see you.
It says Southeast DC man curses out DC police for harassing teens.
Get him.
You a cold bitch. You a bitch. You a bitch. Why the fuck y'all fuck with these kids, man? Go look for who y'all supposed to be looking for. You bitch ass nigga. Cold bitch. You definitely a bitch. You know you a bitch. Hey, y'all, so man, fuck you, nigga. Don't touch me no more, bitch. I ain't touch your bitch ass. Fuck you, nigga. I'm gonna spit in your face and touch me again. Fuck you. Fuck this number. Don't touch me no more, you bitch ass nigga. Don't touch me. I'm gonna spit in your face, bitch.
Oh,
fuck y'all.
Don't do that.
Yeah, fuck 12, nigga. Y'all know about me, you bitch ass nigga. I will spit in your face, bitch. Ooh. Fuck you, all y'all. Fuck you talking about, bitch.
Fuck you talking about.
And I'm gonna put my own.
Yo, he must be betraying, man. He used bitch like properly.
He said, you a bitch, you a bitch, you a coon bitch, you a bitch, you a bitch. I was like, oh, goddamn.
Oh, come out. See, this is why you have to watch Burn It Down with Kim Brown, because the past couple shows, I have let off my show featuring numerous videos. Let me tell you, there's 1,000 videos of the police getting cussed the fuck out, getting just their feelings just dismantled. And again, that is a particular talent, dare I say, of Washingtonians and people in this area, but Washingtonians very specifically, they will joan on you to the point that your feelings and your little ego, your little sense of self-esteem, it just evaporates right there in the moment because these niggas is just going on you so hard. And I'm so happy for these police that they get to experience that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think I'm so good at this shit, nigga, because you got to go through the fire around here. Okay. People will hurt your feelings terribly. So you either going to stand there and take it, or you got to learn how to hurt feelings back, son. So, but these cops is not accustomed to this, especially the ones that are not Metropolitan Police. I'm sure the Metropolitan Police are used to this level of shit all the time, but these different out of town federal. Oh, no. Getting cussed out. Why do they will cuss you out? Okay. Bitch ass.
Yeah, just don't spit on them. I give you them.
Oh, trust me. Everybody around here knows the law. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. I see the videos, and it's funny. Like there was a young sister who got detained or was being questioned by Metro Police, or whatever, coming out the train station. And I guess a woman cop had said something slick to her, and she was like, "You lucky that you in that uniform." And then the other cop jumped in her face. "Would you say you threatening her?" She said, I ain't stupid. I didn't threaten her. All I said was she lucky she in that uniform." Right? You know what I'm saying?
All right, take it how you want.
That's right. People around here well apprised of the law. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
It was funny too, because I saw that there was the one black cop that he called a coon bitch. He said, "You a bitch, you a bitch, you a coon bitch, you a bitch," who I've seen in several videos. Like, so I guess, and they were Metro police, right? So I'm assuming that the force itself is not that big. That I would see there's this one short white cop, and then there's like a black cop in there that I've seen in 3 or 4 different videos in terms of these different sweeps that they're doing. So that part was also surprising for me, because I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's that same cop there. And then there's another video and that's the same cop or whatever. But yeah, I mean, his energy, that energy was just like, it was almost like a Public Enemy song from back in the day. I played that shit over and over again. So that was just, my man just went in. So I have to give like total props. And he helped stop the, like in other kids and other folks, you could see them starting to turn their cameras on or pushing the cops back in a sense by like filming them and not giving up ground because they didn't have they probably didn't have the numbers, and obviously they, them having any pretense for arrest doesn't really matter. But in this case, I think because other adults were out there, people started moving back and moving away. So all praises due.
All praises due. That sounds good. I guess I'll get up out of here so y'all can get to some news. But I gotta give a real quick big up to everybody that tuned in to what is this show called? Classical Breakdown. It was real good turnout. Musa, Jackie came through. It was very dope. And a lot of good rock and roll music was played, man. You should have tuned in there. You would have learned something, come out.
No, right. You're right.
He can still tune in. Is the episode still available?
It's still available, so go and check it out. Please do. All right.
Thanks to all that supported the Classical Breakdown. We're going to shout y'all out individually and personally, but we got a lot of love. So thank you to Musa and to Jackie.
No doubt. All right, let me get out of here.
Come out. Ear Doctor didn't mention what our next Classical Breakdown is going to be.
Oh, what is it?
We'll tease it. But I'm sure it was at a period of time when you were at your heyday.
Oh God, I need to know. And
Naka, do you have the thumbnail?
Not yet. I ain't make it yet. I'm gonna make it.
Okay. Well, we gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it. It's cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and slap the map. 2-step into the news. Do what we do on a Tuesday. Peace, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Remix Morning Show on this good 19th day of August 2025. Kamal K. Franklin shining in the building. Kimberly Jean Brown glowing in the building.
True.
Naka Pond is also somewhere glowing in the building. This is the demelanated day of the show, I suppose, right?
And maybe Jared can come on, like we can get our light skin crew back, because I heard his Mondays and Fridays or something. He's got like a lot of classes this semester, so he's not going to make his regular days anymore. I was like, you can't come on one Thursday, my brother. One Thursday.
When you say his regular days, let me ask you a question, Kamal K. Franklin. Have you seen Jared Ball on here with us a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday all summer?
No, that's true. All summer he didn't make it. Are we just out of his life? Out of his life?
That's what the kids call ghosting, my brother. We have been ghosted.
Out of his life. And I don't know whether to laugh or cry. My God, I can't believe that. Oh no.
But the funny thing is you didn't even notice.
I didn't. Well, because I was barely here doing a lot of the summer. Like the summer was hard because of the kids and travel, and the summer apparently is conference season for me again at this stage. And so there was a lot of me missing stuff too. But yeah. But hopefully, at least one more time, Jay, one more time to blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? Come back. Let's get the crew. Let's get the light skinned crew back one more time. Or as what did Kalanji call us? The
metrosexual mulatto.
Metrosexual mulatto. So one more time just one more time, y'all. I know y'all don't have context for that story. Listen, but just one more time.
That shit ain't that funny, Kim.
It was. I tried to be mad at everything else, but that one I had to stop, and I literally did giggle. I was like, "Oh, that shit was funny. Okay, y'all. So y'all will get some.
It's made even more funny because I don't perceive y'all to be metrosexuals, right? To whatever that is. Like you and Jared of all niggas, y'all metrosexual. Like, come on, y'all wear t-shirts.
He
And
just needed the M with the M. It was just the M with the M.
I know. Mwah,
It was good. It was good. It was good. It was a good one.
But see, here's a funny thing. So I think I had said on my show, this was a while ago. I'm like, y'all, I said somebody called Kamau and Jared metrosexual mulattoes. I said, y'all take a guess at who it was. And my chat thought it was me. I said, I didn't say that shit.
Because it could be you. I can see you. I can see you on a rant and being like, what? You metro, blah, blah, blah.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't call y'all mulattoes. That's so rude. That's so rude. I'd rather crack on your skin color directly. Why would I call you mulatto when all them yellow jokes is right there? Like, why
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. All right, let's pull it together. We got some real stories. Kim, do you have anything you want to start us off with, or you want me to go for it?
You go ahead first. You go first.
Okay, so I'm going to go. There is a story about students who are going back to school in Indiana, and in one district, over 4,000 kids, it says, will be instructed by a virtual teacher.
What?
Yeah, so this is a story that our hostess with the mostest found for us on. Someone did a little video. So let's check out this video they did about this situation happening in Indiana.
Going on in the classroom right now, they are using virtual teachers for some of their instruction for nearly 4,000 of their students. The reason for this is because about a third of the teachers here in Gary are working on an emergency license, and they can't work on that anymore. They need to have their teaching license. They need to have some virtual teachers fill in for these students. So they've hired this company in Texas called Proximity. They're the ones that are handling all of the virtual teachers. The union has called this union busting. They don't like this. The district and, of course, the union agree on one very important thing, and that's, of course, having physical teachers. And they don't want these virtual teachers to be the end-all, be-all. They want to get teachers back into the classroom.
But do they, though?
No.
I was like that 4,000 students staring at a video screen or staring at a TV to have their lessons taught to them is claiming that these past licenses were now defunct, as if the state and or the county or whoever the school district is couldn't renew those things or figure out or know that this was coming anyway and do something to make sure that there was enough teachers in the classroom. So this obviously to me is not simply an idea of like, oh shucks, the licenses ran out, we don't know what to do. This seems to be more of a plan that is really about replacing human beings, real teachers, with video screens. And who's going to pay attention to that all day? Think of COVID, when kids were on their computer screens. What kid is going to stay there and pay attention to this TV, so-called teaching them for like 2, 3, 4 hours a day for instruction? That's crazy.
The intention is to make sure that kids don't receive a proper education, right? Gary is an overwhelmingly Black, small, deindustrialized town in the Rust Belt right there in Indiana. And Gary has been left behind intentionally for now decades, right? I mean, shit, Gary was rough when the Jacksons was there and there was jobs. Joe had a factory job. You know what I'm saying? It was rough then. So you can imagine what it's like now. I mean, the reality is this, y'all, like we cannot expect public school systems to educate our children, even on the basic, on the most baseline level of reading, writing, and arithmetic, right? Like the kids are not learning how to read, write, nor count. And the schools are not going to prepare them to do that. So knowing that, like, I don't want to see, and I'm not saying I don't want to see, I mean, parents have every right to show up at school systems and be furious and their tax dollars are being wasted or misused or whatever, not being fully realized by their kids in these public school systems. But y'all, we're going to have to teach our kids at home, okay? At least on some level. If you want your child to be able to succeed in the world, putting your child's education solely in the hands of the public school system is a very wrong move. Okay, like if these things are going to continue to happen. We're going to continue to see these cuts. We're going to continue to see these these sort of weird restructuring of what has been acceptable in terms of education. That shit's going out the window. You know what I'm saying? And show me a white school system in Indiana or anywhere else where this would be allowed. Not in pandemic times. And to your point, remember, and shout out to Sister Erica, the story that we covered last week about Dayton, Ohio, and the transportation there, where the public bus, school bus system, that doesn't exist, and parents and families are going to be required to get their kids to school on their own, absent a school bus system. Similarly, in Philadelphia, where the SEPTA cuts are happening in Philly, check in the chat if you could, please. Southeastern Pennsylvania Transit Authority, which runs all over the city, runs all over the Philadelphia suburbs. A lot of Philly residents, a lot of Philadelphia school children rely on SEPTA bus and rail to get to school. And these major cuts that are coming from Harrisburg, I can't remember what the exact number of the amount of the budget shortfall that SEPTA is facing. But these cuts would really impact parents' ability to get their kids to and from school. And what does that look like for Philadelphia school children? What does that look like for the Philly working class? What does that look like for people that don't have vehicles, right? That have to get from one side of the city to the other, and now may not be able to do that because of these budget cuts. I mean, I feel like every single apparatus that we rely on, Black people rely on, is under serious threat. It's like very serious attack and threat. And it is starting with the kids. Look how the kids is being attacked out here.
And then, like the first thing they're going to do the first time there's a fight in class. So what they're going to do is going to put guards in the classroom as the kids are watching the video screen. That's going to be the only adult in the classroom, right? It's going to be some security guard, probably with a gun, who will be standing there. And then that person will be telling kids just to shut up and listen, i.e. like a prison, right? Like a jail. That's what they're going to do. So instead of adding teachers, they're going to add lower paid guards to sit there and make sure the kids are watching and make excuses for it and say like, oh, see, we're providing them an education, and because of their wayward parents, they don't know how to behave. And so we got to put guards in here, right? And then other parents will come out and be like, oh, my kid was attacked or something like that. And they'll get that one parent who will come and support it. And then, they'll have some public official who will stand there and say, oh, we need more guards in the actual classrooms. That's all where this kind of stuff is headed. And then you're like, even, and again, we all say, we always understand the limitations of public school anyway, right? It's not like it was ever some bright, shining example of bureaucracy, but it serves a purpose and it did provide some education. But even now, as you're saying, the attacks, taking out all the stuff around Black history, whatever it was that they provided, right? Whatever improvements might have already been made. They're stripping all that away also. And then there's a companion story to this story. We have like in one school area where certain teachers will have to prove themselves. Let me see what this one is. Oklahoma to require blue state teachers Oklahoma will require teachers from New York and California to prove they back America first.
What?
So Oklahoma's new America First teacher certification test will require educators from California and New York to agree with conservative curriculum. And so this story basically says teachers from California and New York who want to work in Oklahoma, and I can't imagine there's a lot of them, to be honest, but Oklahoma public schools will be required to pass a certification test to prove they share the state's conservative political values, regardless of the subject or grade they teach. They'll have to show they know the biological difference between females and males, and that they agree with the state's American history standards, which include elements of a conspiracy theory that the Democratic Party stole the 2020 presidential election from Donald Trump. The State Department of Education will implement the new certification test for teachers from the two largest Democratic-led states who are teaching things that are antithetical to our standards, that's in quotes, to ensure newcomers are not coming into our classroom and indoctrinating kids. Oklahoma School Superintendent Ryan Walters said in an interview on USA Today. Walters has dubbed the new requirement an America First certification in reference to one of Trump's political slogans. Oklahoma's Republican governor appointed Walters, a Republican, to the helm of the state's Department of Education in 2020, and voters then elected him for a second term in 2022. Oklahoma is offering teachers bonuses that go up to $50,000 to attract teachers from across the nation, and has seen a dramatic increase in teachers wanting to come to Oklahoma. Walters said the new test is meant to ensure they weed out teachers with opposing views from the state standards. The state, like many others, has a persisting teacher shortage. He said the test will only apply to teachers from California and New York. I can see this winding up in court, of course. For now, because those states specifically teach lessons that are antithetical to those taught in Oklahoma. A lot of the credit goes to Gavin Newsom, Walters said. He alleged California, under the governor, has implemented lessons on gender theory that won't be allowed in Oklahoma schools. The public school lessons across the state must be inclusive of LGBTQ students. That's in California. Same-sex relationships, and teach students about gender expression, gender identity, and explore the harm of negative gender stereotypes. So lastly, it says nonprofit conservative media company PragerU is helping Oklahoma State Department of Education develop the test. The company previously helped develop the state's new high school history curriculum standards, which includes lessons on how to dissect the results of the 2020 election, including learning about alleged mail-in voter fraud, an unforeseen record number of voters, and security risk in mail-in balloting. The new curriculum also teaches the contested theory that COVID-19 emerged from a lab leak, and removed a prior proposal for lessons about George Floyd's murder and Black Lives Matter. Lastly, these reforms will reset our classrooms back to educating our children without liberal indoctrination, Walters wrote on X on April 29th. We're proud to defend these standards and will continue to stand up for honest pro-American education in classrooms.
Here.
There you have it.
Well, let's say this. Oklahoma has some of the lowest performing public schools in the country. So I am glad they want to return back to their to your low performing standards. I believe it was Oklahoma, and I cannot recall this gentleman's exact title, but I think he was the superintendent of a major school system in the state of Oklahoma, and there was a meeting of the school board and a very public forum, and this cisgender Christian white man was caught watching pornography in the middle of the school board meeting and was caught. So that just goes to show you those sort of high conservative values and standards that these Oklahomans are talking about. To hear PragerU in the mix is disheartening, because Kamal, that PBS is now going to start featuring PragerU children's programming.
Oh, wow. No, I did not know that. That sounds crazy on its face.
Like, as much of a mythological fairy tale as the birth of this country is, like, this shit is going on like steroid level of colonization fairy tales of spinning. You know what I mean? Oh man, y'all, that's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta, please don't just, if you live in a place where Black history, for example, has been cut out of your child's public schools, please get the kids the books. I have concerns about people, not just kids. I have concern about people's reading comprehension, writing comprehension, listening comprehension. I didn't realize that you could be fully literate and not have reading comprehension. Which is wild to me. And I think that we're seeing, like, when you have these engagements and stuff, even with grown ass adults, like, out in the world, and I'm like, nigga, where is your comprehension? Like, did you understand the words that came out of my mouth? Like, I'm sorry.
This is brilliant. I mean, the fact that they like making the slave, they pretty much making sure that people of a certain class only get a certain amount of education so they could be workers. They don't. I was watching Twisted Metal, this joint where they talk about how they have the walls up, so the people that ain't making no money, lower class or outside of the walls, while they form this perfect utopia inside of the walls, where they got the education, the jobs, the good life. And it's just, and then they're taking away the history, so the kids don't have a sense of self-esteem to see what happened before, and at the same time see what all the things that the ancestors were able to overcome. So, and then you get teachers that's teaching pro-America so that you can be Team USA, so you don't even question what America is doing right now and be like, oh, I'm down for whatever they're doing. We're Team USA and we don't need no history. I mean, this is a brilliant fucking plan. They even putting in movies and putting in front of our face like, yo, this is what we're going. This is exactly where we're going. No need for education. No need for none of that. Y'all niggas going to be workers and y'all motherfucking going to be working. It's back to slavery. Crazy.
Right.
No,
What are we going to do to not allow that to happen? Right. So if that's the plan, if they're telling us to our face, so either we going to go along with it like some lames or we not.
Yeah, there's so much to, I mean, it's this, not only, again, as spoken about, folks need to be in the streets and organizing and then creating these alternative programs that actually teach real history, because once the kids start to hear this stuff, they start to believe it, right? And that's part of what they depend upon, that they are the earliest teachers of our kids. They are the ones who begin to put information in their mind about how this country was formed, about what this country is, about who runs this country, who controls this country, who this country is here to serve. Once that's in their head as the earliest form of knowledge or information, it could take decades to knock that back out, right? So that's what they're relying on also, that people will start to think, as Naka said, that their role is to be a subservient role. Or America was formed out of a great lust for democracy, and it was a barren nation, and the Europeans came to populate it to escape the oppression they were suffering, and then they had to free themselves from the English to rise, and the slaves, enslaved Africans were happy on the plantation, and then these Negroes came and screwed it up for them. All of that indoctrination, all that training will be there, and it'll affect not only those white kids, but any other type of child that goes there who wants to be accepted, who wants to fit in. They're going to take all that information, and to think that PBS, like a national broadcasting network, is going to basically use this right-wing propaganda as standard, again, tells you about the conditions of the institutions in America anyway. They are weak, they're capitulators, they'll do what they're told, and we have to really just stand up and try to fight for our kids and for our future. And this is, these are real serious times, and it's got to be an effort to strike back in ways in which we have not thought about or have not provided in the past.
Let me ask you guys, as parents, like, what do you do when your kid gets a bum teacher? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of what I was talking about last week about, we have to teach our kids not to be deferential to all adults, right? All adults are not an authority figure. All adults should not, all children should not listen to all adults, right? Simply because they are adults. Like, there are a lot of adults that are out here willingly trying to lead kids astray. But when your child is in the classroom with what you as the parent as another adult, you know that this nigga is a bum. This broad is a bum. This bitch is racist. This bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. This bitch has a conservative agenda. Like, what do you do with that as a parent? How do you even respond to that? And what do you tell your child in that situation?
For me, I think that me and Kamal are kind of blessed to be in Atlanta. It's majority of the teachers being black, and they not really like anti us. They kind of want us to pass. But when you have a teacher that's not that good, my daughter says, I like she likes her teachers this year. But my whole thing with her is like, yo, get into school and get the fuck out of there. Just do what the fuck they ask you to do. Even if it's a bad teacher and you don't like how they teach, and just do the work and get the fuck out of there, and then you get to do what you want. So I get the whole game of education. So I'm like, get the fuck out of there.
But
play the game.
Is she learning from a teacher that's bad? You know what I'm saying?
She don't have any. She got all AP classes. So
no, I understand that. But like, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, I would just add, for me, it's about the time, place, and space for it. But there's definitely, we've had A couple of years ago, Maya went to a MAGA school, or not a MAGA school. What is it? A magnet school?
Magnet.
Yeah,
I'm
not a
about to
magnet
say,
school. A
goddamn.
magnet school. But it was an all black. I mean, it was mostly black, and it was rated as like the second best junior high school supposedly in the state or something like that, right?
Mhm.
And it was mostly black, but it was a certain kind of militarized understanding of how the world works, and so they didn't let them speak at lunch. And the education was very standard in terms of it was pro USA. It was things that was they did a memorial for Israel because this was around October. So we do like we'll write the teachers, we'll write the principals. We'll keep a careful eye on what's being taught. Ask her to let's look at what's being taught. Offer alternatives for her to understand. Like this is just because it comes out somebody's mouth, it doesn't mean it's the truth. These are some alternative sources. This is what we know about this particular topic, and you have a right to speak up. So we encourage, for the most part, and in certain situations, like obviously, like our, having young kids, you never know how they're going to present information. But particularly when it comes to the, social sciences, social studies, history, we make sure that our kids have alternative viewpoints in terms of what's being taught in school. Everything from when they start talking about that so-called Revolutionary War, to the settlers, to World War I, World War II. My son goes in there and talks about the United States was the only country to drop a nuclear weapon on Japan to kill Asians and stuff like that. He's 9 years old. You know what I mean? So, and I do agree with you. Like in the school, like luckily he had Black women teachers who were encouraging of him doing that in a mixed classroom, right? They were encouraging and they allowed him to make that point and came back to us and told us, Khalib said this and it was fantastic and it was great. Now, all teachers aren't going to be like that. Some will shut it down because they don't want you to go outside the curriculum. And they want to be obviously the ones presenting a certain point of view. But, I think it's time, space, place, and again, what you are attempting to fill their heads with outside of the school system. And it might not always be just giving them some book, but it's the conversations you have with your kids.
Yeah.
I think those are the things that seep in more knowledge so that they begin to challenge. And our kids challenge all the time. And sometimes I got to be like, yo, don't say that in school. Because I would be like, and let me tell you what the whites did. I was like, yo,
that's what I'm saying. Like, play the game, you know what it is. Cause I remember 5th grade, I went to a Catholic school and I talked against what was it, Reagan or Bush? And I was talking about Gaddafi. 5th grade, and my teacher was ready to keep me back. My mom went up there and went ham on that damn teacher. It was like, my son got good grades. I don't know what the fuck you mean you trying to keep him back. I was like, wow. I realized what the system was about then. Like, they really want to indoctrinate you and make you pro-US just like they did with the Bible. Like, don't fight against your slave masters. You turn the cheek, and yeah, that whole indoctrination is wild.
Yeah, my mother wasn't overtly politicized, but she would tell stories about Jim Crow, right? Which helped me a little bit decipher the fact that America wasn't fair, right? So but I never but I was not, if anything, it was almost like I had the screens where, as opposed to a real teacher, there were video screens. Because for me, it wasn't that I got indoctrinated of course I got indoctrinated, but it wasn't like I swallowed the indoctrination and spit it back out. It was more like I didn't care about what was happening in the classroom because either it was boring or the curriculum didn't seem to hit me, or it was like the old standard canon of like English things that you read, some, individual things that but it wasn't geared towards like our community or our people. That wasn't written to the vast majority of the lessons we got were not like, based on Black poets or Black writers, Black authors. We didn't get that. And I went to, it was all Black school, right? In terms of the students, but not the teachers and not the curriculum. This was in Brooklyn in the late 70s and early 80s and stuff. So it was not a curriculum that was geared towards shaping your mind to understand how power works, how the system works, how culture and community works. That was not it at all, right? And so you get lucky if some of us break out of a pattern of like just taking it or just ignoring it. But again, because the system is built a certain way, they won anyway, right? If 2 or 3 people break out, but 30 or 40 just like accept it as is or just go about their business, then they can, that's their odd. That's good odds for them, right? They can accept those odds. They can accept that victory. So we got to do more, whether we like it or not.
I just think about the kids whose parents are in survival mode, right? And they are struggling every single day. Like for the kid to get to school fed, clean, and with a backpack is a major accomplishment, right? For the parents that are trying to provide childcare and all this other stuff that makes people not be able to engage with their kids' education at the level that they would probably like to, right? Because they're exhausted. They're tired from literally trying to survive. I'm worried about those kids. You know what I mean? I'm so concerned that they are just going to be accepting the image of inferiority that gets presented to Black children a lot of times in these public school settings, and that's who they're going to believe that they are, and then they're going to be subjected to the school to prison pipeline and all that comes along with that. So I don't know, it's not looking cute out here. You know?
So let me ask you this: do we want to be part of that working revolutionary class, or do we want to be the class where we're sitting on the side with them being doctors and lawyers and continue to help this capitalistic community strive?
I mean, may not be no more Black doctors and lawyers. I think that's kind of the point, right? Like that.
Well, if you're surrounded them now and you in those good schools with them and you're part of the team USA, then you're going to be on the side. You're going to be one of them Black doctors, one of them Black lawyers, right?
I don't think so. I don't even think they don't even want tokens, you know, or you got to be like a Tim Scott token, like a
Team USA.
Nigga.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but how many of them niggas is it?
It's a lot.
I don't think so. I don't think it's a lot.
I mean, how many Black people were singing "I am a real American" when Hulk Hogan run that
growing number?
You are crisscrossing all kinds of things.
I am. But I'm saying a lot of people are like Team USA, USA.
But see, here's the funny thing. So even being a Team USA coon ass nigga didn't even get Tim Scott ass a slot in Donald Trump's cabinet. That was intentional. You know what I'm saying? Tim Scott was jockeying hard to be part of that Trump team and wasn't. Why? Because you're a darky. That's why. There's only one space, and that's Marco. Marco took the DEI space. Ain't no more room. Ain't no more
I think
room.
he did actually give what he did. The HUD, I think the HUD secretary turned out to be Black, who we don't see or don't hear about. Yeah, I think the HUD secretary is Black, if I'm not mistaken.
Ben Carson was his HUD
secretary. No. I mean, this time around. I think this. I gotta look him up. I could have sworn because that was the running joke. It was like at the very least he's gonna get the HUD secretary going to be Black, because that's always the case. Whether Democrat or Republican, it's got to be Black, and you know, if not Black, then Latino, right? So I could have sworn people are putting names and they're saying Scott Turner, and there's new HUD secretary is Black, former NFL player. Well, of course, like who else? Who else we know about
I ain't seen this nugger. I don't even know.
They don't highlight him at all. Yeah, he gets no play.
They're gonna put Lawrence Taylor up in there.
Well, he not gonna pass the background check. Well, I guess Trump wouldn't either. So
Trump probably loves Lawrence. I think he's got a little conservative.
He did. He was in the house the other day when they had the wrestlers and the football players, and Lawrence Taylor was like, "I'll do what I can do. I don't even know why I'm here, but I'll help however I can."
You know who I'm most mad at, B? You know, I know we're taking a little bit of a switch in terms of the Black bourgeois and the sports and stuff like that. Fucking Darryl Strawberry is a pro-Zionist preacher who stands up and supports Israel. For y'all who don't know, Darryl Strawberry is a famed New York Met baseball player.
Cokehead.
And some coke, and he did some, and that kind of made him loved even more, because Darryl was like a Florida nigga, like a regular old whatever, and had the skills and made it big and had his troubles and all this stuff. And Dow and then later Doc Gooden, you know, but for a certain New York era, they were like, you know, they were superstars. They were like, you know, baseball elite. And
Black pictures, more specifically, right?
One black, yeah. That so Doc was a
Gooden. What did Daryl Strawberry play? He wasn't a pitcher.
outfielder. No, outfielder.
Yeah, outfielder, and he can hit the ball. That's about
Yeah,
it.
left field. Yeah. About 6'4", about 6'5", 6'6". But I just like that. I saw some other. I mean, I've known this for a little while, but I saw some pictures, and I don't know why your comment just made me remember. I guess the HUD per secretary. I'm like, and then this is part.
You was thinking about cokehead athletes when I said Lawrence Taylor. Go ahead.
That I think it was a combination of HUD to cokehead athletes, and then it all came back together like Dow Strawberry, indoctrination, cocaine, and all the rest of it. Like, you know what I mean? But somebody again who has still to this day fans in the community, right? Because he represented a sort of a working class ethos of somebody who made it or whatever. And so again, it's that kind of indoctrination, whether it's in the classroom or in the sports field or in entertainment, that we were just surrounded by. That. Again, you know, we've talked about this a couple of times, like we're just swimming in. And so it's going to take these huge efforts of like, how do we break through that to get people to one, call those folks out and push them to the side? Because I do think that's part of it sometimes. But creating these new institutions that allow us to teach our kids and make, you know, in terms of your question for me, make radicals out of them, make them want to fight, make them want to organize, make them want to like create things. Right? We need that again, and we need that in big numbers and stuff like that.
So it kind of works for us if we can continue to teach the right history to them. And encourage them to realize that it's not Team USA. Because I mean, I still go to these basketball games at high schools, and everybody's standing up when it's Pledge Allegiance. Everybody's still standing up. So we talk about it as not no Team USA shit.
No, we're indoctrinated. We're an indoctrinated people.
Yeah. But sometimes people stand out of compulsion, out of social pressure, right? Yeah. Like they may not give a fuck about America, but they don't want nobody looking at them or saying nothing to them. So let me just go ahead and stand up. Nah, fuck all that shit.
I still get eyes every time. All right, let's go ahead and take a. I love
it. Play the Burkina Faso national anthem. I stand up.
You know what I'm saying? Play something else, something we could groove to. Fuck out of here. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we're gonna come back right here on no other than the Remix Morning Show. Let's go.
Let's go.
Time for a remix on the remix.
Silly me, my dad, thinking that you'd stay. Gave you my heart and then you ran away. Either I'm stupid, I'm foolish, or you're playing me. But it seems we were never really meant to be. So I thought I would try something new. I wanted to find out if I could live happy without you. And it turned out I wasn't living at all. But I would have never known if you had just played along. I was living a dream, believing things that just ain't true. Oh, I can't believe I ever believed in you. You had me chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold. I was chasing fool's gold.
That's right. Stop chasing that fool's gold out there that they putting in front of your eyes. That's a mix right there. Let me take you to a time and place. Let me take you back to 2015 with Jill Scott off her album Woman. Name of that song is Fool's Gold, mixed with a little bit of that 2016. A year later, it came out with the Tribe Called Quest off the album We Got It From Here. Thank you for your service. That song is Mobus with Consequence. Yeah, so big up to those two groups. And hit that like button, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare, and donate where at blkliberationmedia.org. Yes, please do that. And we appreciate your donation. All right, with that said, let's get back to it right here on no other than the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. go.
Bad news for niggas as I go emphatic, radical, national animal, ruling like a czar. Every time I black for the record, this splatter, the whole better, no bulls, the boom bapper, I'm bapper, I'm bapper, I'm bapper, I'm bapper, I'm bapper,
All right. That makes
Two quick things. One is somebody, thank you for correcting me. They said Strawberry was from Cali, and I think it's Doc who's from Florida. If I'm not mistaken on that, I could be on that one too. But two, my man, Busta, underrated.
Busta Bus.
You know, top 10 rapper.
You know who else is overlooked sometime? We're going to talk about him on Classical Breakdown right here. We talking about that album by I'll Be Sure, that In Effect Mode. That is what we're going to be doing on Classical Breakdown. Yes, I'll Be Sure's album, In Effect Mode. We're going to go and talk about that.
That had hit after hit after hit. In retrospect, it all sounds the same because of that voice he got. But
yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah, that's pretty much.
Look at the haters. Look at the haters.
Did I not hit that? Did I not hit that right there?
It sounded good to me. It sounded accurate. It sounded accurate.
First of all, y'all two especially, y'all need to pay homage to the God. Like I'll Be Sure paved the way for you yellow niggas, okay? Like I'll Be Sure created a whole era for you yellow niggas to shine, to get dare I say undeserved.
Undeserved?
A little undeserved.
What you think, I'm dope on a rope? No.
Oh, that's
I think it was corny.
But it played. Did he have another album after that? That was big.
We talked about that. No,
I mean, because even ugly light skinned dudes was winning. You know what I'm saying?
Ugly man had one eyebrow.
He had a unibrow.
He had a unibrow, and he was a little chunkers. Like I'll Be Sure, you know, he was giving us a variety of things. But and still put out a wonderful album for the ages. In Effect Mode, 1988. I'm looking forward to doing that. Come out. I'm sure you was.
I love that. No,
those right.
You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, I didn't have it together. I couldn't take advantage at that point.
Oh,
it took me a few more years.
Well, by the time Christopher Williams dropped his album,
by the time Christopher Williams, I got play. I got play then. Yeah.
One of my homeboy, big up to Michael Warner, looked just like him in elementary school, and he was one of my homeboys. So I used to get the reminiscents. All the girls used to come around and like, yo, like I'll Be Sure. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's my boy.
I'm his manager.
Residuals.
No, I
Is that Albie's middle name? Bert? Is that for real?
What?
Albert.
Because that's his government.
Albert.
His real name.
Albert
Brown.
Wait,
Albert Brown.
No, please don't say that. His name is Albert.
It's not Albert. It can't be Albert.
Nigga,
it could be Albert, but it's not like his middle name is Bert. Stop playing.
Oh, nah. Albert Brown. That's his name.
I believe
so
Albert.
The B was for Bert, the Bert part?
No.
I'll Be Sure.
Maybe it was for Brown. Al Brown Shore.
Oh, maybe something. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Albert.
Oh.
All alone, get off on your own, girl. Oh, what a jam!
Yes.
So yeah, come rock out with us for all y'all millennials and young. What's the new generation?
Gen Z, Gen Alpha, but the millennial. I mean, this is.
That's Generation X. That's the Generation X singer right there.
I don't know the generations, millennials, none of that shit. So
well, millennials start in 80.
Okay.
So that
was that time.
Well, no,
they was babies.
It was
my generation was I'll Be Sure's fan group. I think.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And what's your generation?
Generation X.
He's Gen X. We're all Gen X.
Yeah.
But we just did different.
I thought he was more of a Gen.
Watch it.
He was first generation.
I heard it go up. I was like, watch it now. No.
I couldn't help it.
So let me get a quick generational breakdown.
Thank you, please.
1946 to 1964 are the boomers. 1965 to 1980 are Gen X. 1980, I believe, to 1997 are millennials, or 96 are millennials. 97 is where I lose it. 97, them the new niggas. That's the Gen Zs. When does Gen Alpha start? Gen Alpha starts 2015, 20. I don't fucking know. But for old niggas, I know how the old niggas break down. The new niggas,
you good? Yeah, that was better than I.
Oh yeah,
good.
I never knew.
What's the current generation then? What's the current one?
They're Alpha, Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha. Okay. So it's
your kids are Gen Alpha.
That's 2012, 2015.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gen Alpha.
Chat, correct me. Come on, chat. I know Niggapedia. No, what's up?
you pretty smart there, Kim. I give it to you.
A little bit, niggas don't think so. But you wouldn't know by looking at me. But yeah, I know.
You ain't lying.
Oh, let me tell you something. People play with my intelligence all the time. That's why I be quiet a lot of times. I just be quiet. Just let them talk.
You don't need to be quiet. You need to be from the rooftops, breaking down, showing that knowledge, girl. Don't play.
I'm gonna be from the rooftop doing something else.
Oh, true. Only a matter of time. It is only a matter.
I think so. But here's the thing, y'all. I'm looking at these cops, and I'm looking at the Washington.
All right, be easy.
Listen, it was listen. They run. Listen, I don't want no problems. But listen, I'm looking at these cops in the streets, Kamal.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could take these niggas. I think we could take them.
Sometimes I think that too. But the feds be having some pumped up fucking. I mean, these ex-football player type cops. Yeah. They be getting these cats with these 6'2", 6'3", 190, 220 pound motherfuckers who all are like just basically taking steroids and pumping iron and waiting to hit a motherfucker. They all look like they're juiced up. So those are the ones. The local cops, there a lot of them are fat. They can't do nothing. That's why that dude was able to run 3 blocks who threw the sandwich because he was slow as fuck. But yet they could not catch him right away. So they can't, and they got all that extra gear on. So that's slowing them down. So again, there was this other video. This cat, I don't know where this was, but the cops are trying to chase this young brother, and he basically did a backflip on the fence and just like busted a move and was gone. It was like, God damn, that was some like crazy running skills. But these fat, 200-pound cops, they can't chase nobody or whatever. So yeah.
And listen, I think we could take them, to be honest. Like because they lack heart. You understand? They're cowards. Like as soon as like, I'm not trying to say too much here, but if let something come in their direction, let's put it that way. They leaving. Okay.
And
like
look at all the videos in Europe, right? The once they get surrounded and people start projectiles start flying, you are right. When those projectiles start flying, well, somebody put it at 200 pounds, it doesn't necessarily mean you're fat, but if you're like 5'5" or 5'6", and you about 2 bills, more likely than not, it's not all hanging in the same place. But if you see, but to go back, the projectiles flying in some of these countries in Europe, and you see how they're pushing back the cops. Again, when you got the numbers, like you said, the cops don't stick around, and we've seen it already. Sometimes we've seen it like in the Haitian community. A couple of videos we saw where when the Haitian folks started coming out because the ICE was in, and folks hit the streets and they didn't have enough, they got back in them cars and they dashed out and they dashed the hell out. So it's about being organized. Obviously, it ain't easy because you never know when they popping up. All these videos that are showing us that they're popping up all over the place at different times and different methods. But folks are organizing, call somebody, rapid response networks. They are doing these rapid response networks to come out, and when they see these cops, they're doing the filming. And again, a lot of times people don't like the filming is not enough. I get it, but sometimes that's what you have at the hands. But when you have 5 or 10 people, and then that increases to 25 people, and then you start pushing back on them, and you're doing more than just the filming, that's when you can show the power of the people. And particularly before they get everything lined up, and then they have to go. You know what I mean? So And also, again, like you said, I'm not advocating anything, but when they step away from the car and they trying to come back and put people in the car, if the tire was flat, then I'm just saying, like, things can happen that way. So.
Listen, shout out to the folks out in Los Angeles. LA has been on this shit 2+ months, and they've been on it, you know what I mean, every single day. And there are some revolutionary tow truck drivers out there that when the ICE agents in their unmarked rentals or whatever, when they harass and accost brown folks and get out the car, and then they pulled over the brown folks and they smashing the windows. Here comes a revolutionary tow truck driver to tow away the ICE vehicle, the ICE rental. That's happened.
I saw that. That was I saw one video of that. That was like, so because they started running after the car. My man had it halfway down the block.
That's the shit I'm talking about, y'all. Like, it's about creativity. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be able to be at the protest, at the action, on the front lines. Everyone's not going to have even the physical ability, to confront the police directly. So what are the ways that we can strike back? And I think it's towing their vehicles, not serve. If you work in the service industry, any service industry, food service, the nail salon, whatever. No, you don't do no bitch nail who work for the FBI. No, you don't do her nails. You don't do her hair. You don't give her a massage. If she ICE come to your restaurant for lunch, they can't stay. Like, we don't serve pigs here.
Yes. Move them out. Like, in some people, again, people are setting up different places where they see the cops come in Home Depot. People are getting alerted right away to move, telling like young immigrants to move, or immigrant folks to get out, or get off the block, because they see these cops coming. And again, it just goes back to that thing that I think we all should know is true right now is, it doesn't matter who those cops are. It doesn't matter their background, doesn't matter their race, doesn't matter their sexuality, doesn't matter their gender. A pig is a pig is a pig. When they are given orders to come and bust up our communities, when they're given orders to bust up immigrant communities, they do it. They don't question it. They surround people. They put their hands out. They dissuade people, and you see it all the time on these videos. Like, you have that one black cop who's out there doing the same damn thing as all those other cops, because he's trying to show, and not only one black cop. Let me not put it like that, because in DC you got many black cops, and they are doing the same thing over and over and over again. They are part of that line. I saw another video where they arrested some young sister because she stopped and she actually protested in the subway station. This pig came through. She paid her fare to come to the other side. He came through demanding to see her ID after she paid her fare. She paid her fare and she's still on the other side. But he decided to walk through and mess with her because she had the nerve to point out that those cops were targeting young black kids, right? So it's crazy out there right now. We cannot, all this ADO stuff, you cannot ignore what is happening right now in DC and across the country. You can't act like we're not a part of it. This is affecting our community, and we always knew it was. We always knew it was. And so, again, it's not so much that there's some differences between the Republicans and the Democrats in terms of what's happening. But right now we have to pay special attention, because what Trump is unleashing right now, it is not the normal unleashing. These are folks who are really determined to try to, quote unquote, take back their country. And you can see them bringing out the National Guard from different states to take over a city, mostly a black, if not a majority black city, a highly populated black city. They're doing that on purpose. They're trying to establish something, and we got to get organized to counteract some of this shit.
Shout out to Afeni. That is the sister whose video was widely circulated, because she was there trying to protect the rights of DC's youth who are being harassed and targeted by these pigs. And trust and believe that the police knew exactly who she was. Like, she got chemical munitions sprayed on her. I don't know what it was, mace, pepper spray, or the like, but they knew exactly who she was, and they brutalized her intentionally to send a message and to make an example out of her. So we want to send our love and solidarity to her. She has since been released from police custody. Kamal, I'm looking at the local media coverage around here, and it contrasts very differently than what I'm seeing on social media. But I understand that the local media is also a propaganda arm, and some of the quotes from residents that they interviewed about, what do you think about the National Guard? I'm going to tell you the two quotes from two women. One woman, a white woman, said, yeah, I've had a number of people be, I know have been mugged and carjacked. And I think it's a really good idea to have increased security in the streets or whatever. And then the sister, black woman, they asked her what she thought. And she said, I'm glad to see the more security in the city, especially as a female. It's dangerous out here. And I'm thinking to myself, my sister, the biggest rapers are the niggas in the uniforms. The biggest rapers are the niggas in the uniforms. What you mean you feel safer looking at these cops, more cops on the street? But that's what I'm talking about. Like there are people in this area that are saying that they are happy to see this increased presence. And it makes me want to pull my hair out from the root. Like, what are y'all talking about? And the reporter framed it when he was doing his stand-up and he was, about to kick to his package, and I'm standing outside a Union Station where Amtrak riders are coming out in surprise to see the National Guard Humvees out here. And this is how people are adjusting to the new normal. I said, go fuck yourself. This is not the new normal. But the fact that it's being framed that way, I said, Trump must have got an erection immediately when he heard that, right? Like, oh, the new normal. That's exactly what they want, right? Mm-hmm. They want this shit to be normalized. Like, they want it to be a regular thing that you see guards, National Guards, and the National Guards currently are not armed, but who knows how long that's going to be here, right? Like what all we need is one bad incident and all of a sudden the long guns and the sidearms are going to come out on the National Guards. And then what's that going to look like? Because each National Guard, by the way, has its own distinct culture. Like DC National Guards people are from here, right? I don't think they're going to run too roughshod over their neighbors. But National Guards from Mississippi, National Guard from Louisiana, who come from deep Klan territory to be in a city with all these Negroes, all these niggas with smart mouths. Oh, I don't know what this is going to look like, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the thing I'd say, like with the media coverage also is like you said, like they're normalizing it. Like you read the New York Times stories, they emphasize, they're like, oh, and some people are happy to see the police, or the issue DC has crime, but not enough to justify this, or DC has crime and some people are at odds with how to fight that kind of thing. So they normalize the presence again of more cops, of the National Guard, almost suggesting that accepting that this is being used as a rationale, but also almost suggesting that, yeah, people just want more cops. So instead of National Guard, hire more cops as the alternative way in which to deal with a so-called crime problem. So you have, again, the liberal media, and then you have these Black politicians in DC, that same police chief who they tried to move, who the Trump administration was moving out the way, right, to put somebody else in. That all the way she's been for this. She came out and said this was a great thing to have. And again, like you said earlier, no matter, almost like the Tim Scott example, right? No matter what she said, it still wasn't good enough at the time, where they were like, oh yeah, no, we want to take you in. It's like, no, we still want to replace you. We don't care whether or not you're for it. Thank you for being for it, but get the fuck out the way, right? So that's the thing, is like, even when these Negroes get up there and praise the fact that more cops are being brought into, whether National Guards or whatever, claiming that they need help, and they put them out there in front of the camera, and then they again give these distorted messages to our community. Mm-hmm. And when we look at these people as the authority figures who know what they're talking about, or they have some idea about what's happening, then we just follow it, or we just accept it, or we are less likely to challenge it. I mean, look at the DC mayor doing, like, she made a little bit of I think a harder stance after she got pushed back, but for the most part, it was kind of like, oh, what can we do? Right. You can do a lot. Go out there and get arrested. Go out there and get tell your administration that they're not going to come to work today. Tell people to come to a demonstration or a rally or do something, even if it's performative in nature. Be it performative in a way that shows that you are totally opposed to this and that people should be out there fighting. Go to the Black communities where these federal agents are being sent and intervene. Take the arrest. Tell them to stop harassing Black people in the streets and the youth. They could do something more if they wanted to do it, but they don't, because they don't have the ideological viewpoints to do it. And they are just falling in line and falling in place over and over and over again, which is another demonstration of the Democrats ain't shit and ain't going to do nothing for black folks. And they're going to let the Republicans, as long as Republicans don't mess with them too much, or as long as they feel safe, they can keep their jobs, or they can go get some other job afterwards. They're going to continue to do the bowing and the scraping and, oh, we can't do nothing about this. That's what they're going to see. That's what they're going to present to us.
I think we're going to see a big contrast. I hope a big contrast if these National Guards, if this tactic of the Trump administration deploying National Guards people to the streets of American cities, if that continues and they go to Chicago, because I think the Chicago mayor is standing a little different. His posture is a little different, Brandon Johnson. Just because Trump has, I don't know if he's name checked him directly, but he has made some very direct, indirect shots at him, and Brandon Johnson has clapped back. Whereas Muriel Bowser, you know, is so careful with her words. Like, it's like, oh my God. Like, to your point, she was, I don't even know what it was, the unveiling of something, and she was being asked about it. And now she took a slightly more elevated tone, but her words didn't change. She was basically like, this doesn't make any sense. There's no reason to justify 1,000 troops on the streets of Washington, given our situation. But she never calls out the president. She never stands up for district residents. She is saying the most pat answer, the most neutral in the middle. And it's like, this is not neutral times, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. These are not, like you said, this not, I don't know if there's a time when it was, but this certainly is not the time to be quiet and to allow this to happen. Here in Atlanta, the mayor of Atlanta is purposely keeping a low profile because he's friends with Kemp, who is the Republican governor, and they're purposely keeping a low profile because they think they can avoid it. But you're not going to be able to avoid it because they're going to bring ICE here also. Again, these folks are out for blood. That's what they're out for. And they don't recognize like your softness or your bowing and scraping as strict acquiescence, which means that nothing's going to happen to you or your city. In fact, that makes it even a better outcome for them because they know when they do hit those streets and they do bring in these federal agencies, you're going to instruct the local police department to protect them or to stop the protesters or to arrest people when they're demonstrating. They know that that's the role that you're going to play. And again, we saw that in Los Angeles. All the hype, all the energy, all the anger around immigration officials coming in and ICE coming in and trying to arrest people. What did the mayor do? Did the mayor tell the police department to stand down and not to support them, let the protesters take the streets? No, she got out there and she made sure that the LA Police Department were the front line of arresting, harassing, brutalizing protesters so that ICE could do their job, which was basically harassing and sweeping people off the streets.
And LAPD is escorting ICE around the area, you know, serving as a bit of a security for them in the same way that Metropolitan Police, DC Police are doing in these sweeps. So you'll see the marked MPD car leading a caravan of unmarked cars, right? So obviously either these federal agents don't know where the city hotspots are or whatever, but Metropolitan Police are right there while these federal agents and ICE agents and Homeland Security and random other alphabet boys are, harassing and antagonizing DC residents under the watchful eye of Metropolitan Police. Everybody go fuck yourself. All of you cops, okay? All of yous, especially the ones watching. Kamal, when at the rally on Thursday, when I showed up out there, shout out to PACA, shout out to Black Alliance for Peace and all the other organizations. You know, I was talking with Netfa and Netfa was happy about the turnout. I said, well, they was watching the Remix Morning Show, obviously. Netfa had come on that Thursday morning with me and Jackie. And it was like, look at all the police. Look at all these Remix Morning Show watchers. You know what I'm saying? Sure, some of them niggas is in the chat. Fuck you, MPD. All you in the chat ass niggas. Not our actual chat. We love y'all. But you know the cops is in here. Come on. So anyway.
True indeed. Let's bring back up the ear doctor. I think he's got a little special thing for us.
Oh yeah, no, it's not too special. It's just we need a mental health break sometimes, especially just breathe. Especially everybody out in DC. You know they coming out there to fuck with you, just to fuck with you, so they can lock you up. So realize that, and let's take a quick mental health break, and we're gonna come back. Big up to all our 311 people watching live.
How many of them is fuzz?
right, welcome out to the Remix Morning Show. We're going to take a quick mental health break. Good thing it's Black August. So the fact that this video right here is something that's positive and to make you be in a good space. Let's look at Afeni getting free.
You came to my.
There it is. Quick video of the sister getting free. Hope that makes you feel better. Quick and easy, and we getting right back to it right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. We in a war zone.
That wasn't even 60 seconds. What kind of break was that?
I told you it was quick.
I know I came back to my seat. I had to come back to my seat.
Yeah, it was a quick mental health break.
But if it's quick, is it really a mental health break?
Yeah, didn't you see the positive image that I put up on the screen?
Well, I was trying to use the bathroom, but then I had to hurry up and stand from my squatted position, as I heard.
Oh, okay. Well, we only got about 15 more minutes. You can hold it.
I'm gonna tell that to you, Mr. Prostate. tell that to talk to yourself. Mr. Prostate years old. I know what time it is with you 50-year-old niggas. Y'all can't hold y'all urine out here.
Wrong.
Where is the clip? We need to find the clip of Trump shitting himself at the Detroit. Trump was speaking somewhere, and the nigga, you can hear the nigga tooting and pooting at the same time.
Oh, word.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yes.
Oh, that's frightening.
It's a good mental health break.
That's frightening. I have not heard of that. Oh, really? As he's speaking?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Midas Touch had it. Somebody else. It's a very viral clip. I only saw it this morning, and I was like, oh, but you know.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it was good to see, especially Black August, seeing a political prisoner, quote unquote, get free. So, would she be considered a political prisoner?
Afeni, the young girl.
Yeah.
We're a little too fast for that. I mean, she was arrested. She went. That's not go that far. She's not a political prisoner.
I try to.
She got arrested in a demonstration, apparently, and she actually. The funny thing is that's not who I was talking about. Somebody else. I saw another video, but I did see that. That she got arrested, and all praises due. Like, you know what I mean. If she's bringing some light to the story, out there, I'm not mad at it, right? I mean, people still got to join organizations. Let's not go crazy. You're not going to bust this up. Social media practice. But I'm also not mad at the fact that, that she took, she got arrested. She got pepper sprayed, if I'm not mistaken. And she got brutalized by the police, and people came out and supported her. So
I mean, it sounds like she could beat in.
That she what?
I said it sounds like she could beat in, and she went through all that.
She was in and out. I think
she's not a political prisoner. Yeah,
a political jailer.
Good night. Go bed.
She was arrested. She was arrested at a rally. And got out the next day or later on that day.
Man's called her a political jailer. Go to bed.
I'm gonna make up my own term. I don't care. I'm gonna make it up. But I'm glad that she's safe and out there. And again, I don't know the sister well, but as long as she's bringing attention to the issue and she's got folks who are listening to her, and hopefully it'll get more people out in the streets and more people to join organizations. So I'm not mad at it again.
Absolutely. Yeah, big up. So what up, remixers? Thank you all so much for joining us on this Tuesday. It be's a little loosey-goosey when, it's the double K, Kim and Kamal, you know what I'm saying? Like Kid and Play. Kid, are you, I don't know, are you Kid or Play?
Well, obviously I would have to be, wait a minute, which one was Kid? I would have to be Kid.
So
light skin.
Okay.
I would have to be Kid. I mean, I'm probably more Play personality wise, you know what I'm saying? Not the funny dude on the block, you know what I'm saying? But and nobody would give me that chance. I had a little high top fade too, not that high though. Not that high. Yeah, do you have the hair texture to support a high top fade? Yes, and I brought up the pictures before. Don't make me have to search for the pictures again. Well, I had my high top was in full effect. I had my black medallion on. I had my high top. I had my ankh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the 90s. And I was I remember the picture I showed was at street. Were you crazy?
And then if it rained, that shit curled right on up.
The same way as all. I didn't have to use no product in my hair.
I know. I know.
Pop, pop. I can't do that now, but get a pick and go pop, pop, pop. And
your shit goes pop, pop, pop. No way.
Yeah, my hair is not. It's a little curly underneath, but once it starts to grow, you know what I'm saying? It's fro time. It's fro. Fro. Don't play with my hair, B.
What's that hair texture? 3A? What's that? 2C?
Let's move on to the next story. I'm not dealing with you no more.
Chat, right and wrong answers accepted. What is Kamal's hair texture?
Why are you gonna get the chat on me? Why? They're gonna have too much fun. They're gonna have too much fun at my expense. Leave it alone, chat. I've already showed y'all the pictures.
Go in.
Why are you telling them to go in? Oh my God.
Because I just want to know what the answers are. The right and wrong answers. Chat, what is Kamal Franklin's hair texture? Right and wrong answers, please. Thank you so much.
Exactly, like that dude. Who's this?
That's redhead kingpin right there. That's who Kamal looked like.
First of all, y'all
don't know about redhead kingpin, son. Niggas don't know. And Kim looked like Stacey Ladisol.
I wish I was
Stacey
Ladisol. You know what I mean?
Don't throw it all away. Yeah.
See, I'm thinking, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
A lot of good hits. A lot of good hits.
Love. Yeah. Anyway.
So I got a story. It's probably the last story of the day. So it's about unemployment, layoffs. U.S. hits highest layoffs since COVID. So here, bam, U.S. layoffs surged in July to the highest level since the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic. In July, there were 62,000 job cuts announced, according to the report by outplacement firm Challenger and Gray and Christmas. That's a 29% jump from June and a 140% higher than the 25,000 announced in July. In July 2024. The July figure is well above the post-pandemic average for the month and slightly higher than the past decade's July average of 60,000. It pushes 2025 total to over 806,000 layoffs, a 75% increase compared with the same period last year, and already 6% higher than all of 2024. It's the highest January to July figure since 2020, when pandemic shutdowns drove layoffs above 1.8 million. The surge in layoffs in 2025 is due to a mix of government downsizing, basically firing of federal workers, corporate restructuring, and the growing effects of artificial intelligence. Public agencies, tech firms, and retailers are leading the cuts. We are seeing the federal budget cuts implemented by DOGE impact nonprofits and healthcare. In addition to the government, AI was cited for over 10,000 cuts last month, and tariff concerns have impacted nearly 6,000 jobs. And it says, where are the layoffs happening? The majority of layoffs this year have been from the federal government, a total of 292,000 since the year started, as President Trump's Department of Government Efficiency continues its mission to scale down the size of numerous agencies.
You said 292,000 government jobs?
Mm-hmm. Since the year started. Damn. And remember, some of these folks who took some of the buyouts, they received resources or paychecks until September. And then there's going to be another additional jump in September and October when folks are officially off of payroll. So there's going to be a larger jump in these numbers. And if you see here, it says U.S. layoffs by sectors year to date. If you look at the government numbers, 2024, 37,614. 2025, again, 292,294. And again, you have to realize that a lot of these jobs were targeting Black folks who percentage-wise make up a higher percentage of federal employees, because historically and currently, the private sector, the capitalist private sector, does not hire Black workers to the same numbers as they hire white workers. In fact, our percentages are lower than our population percentage in terms of private jobs. And that is why the government jobs have played such an important role in building a so-called Black middle class or lower middle class. But a lot of those jobs are fading as we speak, again, as the white supremacist nature of this administration, the overt white supremacist nature of this administration kicks into high gear.
So we see why the lady from the Bureau of Labor Statistics lost her job, right?
Exactly.
And, you know, I think that same week, there was a story that came out that was making the rounds about a CEO that was touting, I can't remember his name, his company, whatever, but a CEO was touting the benefits of AI and how AI was, you know, was excellent because AI doesn't unionize. AI doesn't require sick days. AI, you know, better than humans. And for Trump to kind of be, I guess, taken aback or not pleased with the job numbers, I'm like, this is exactly what you are ushering in here. Like the federal mandate that there be no state regulations allowed on artificial intelligence for a decade. Isn't that in the big, beautiful bill? Was that in the big, beautiful bill about the AI deregulation? I mean, AI's whole purpose is to take away people's jobs.
Exactly.
So, yeah, like this, as corporations welcome AI with open arms, where does that leave workers? You know what I'm saying? And I do have empathy for government workers, of course, but like, what is this going to look like, Kamal? Like, I feel like we head back to Dust Bowl times where nobody in the community had a job, or everybody was scratching and surviving, working in the child line, right? Standing in the child line. All of us. That's what they want.
And Trump wasn't mad at the numbers. Trump was mad at the person didn't hide the numbers. That's what Trump was mad at. He was mad, like, what are you doing putting out those numbers? Don't put out those numbers. Hide them numbers. Do something. Say something else. Lead with another version of events. Bury those numbers. And the fact that they didn't bury them sufficiently for Trump was the reason they got fired. But he has to know. You cannot fire that percentage or that amount of workers in such a short period of time and not have it catch up at some point in terms of the unemployment numbers. And when you add on, like you said, the AI, the ways in which working class people are being pushed out of jobs. There was another story, I don't think we got to it, but there was another story that keeps talking about how they talked about even spokespeople are losing their jobs because they're creating the AI technology where they don't have to hire somebody to do spokespeople for these commercials anymore. So over time, you're right. The places where people thought they were irreplaceable, or it took a special human capacity to do, that's a lot of that's going to be gone. And then the question becomes, what happens to the excess population?
Listen, I'm thinking about all the kids over the past 10, 15 years that y'all got to go to school. Y'all got to be engineers. Oh, y'all going to have computer science, information technology. Oh, y'all always going to have a job. They are the first niggas losing their jobs out here.
Yeah.
The first ones getting replaced by AI. Whoa.
I saw a story in the New York Times last week, real quick, that people were encouraged to go to school for STEM, and those folks were in Silicon Valley making like over $100,000 a year to start with, and now a lot of those folks have been laid off because AI has taken over their positions in terms of creating algorithms and other sort of computer-based products.
I was just about to say, it seemed like the STEM program is a double-edged sword, if that was the right way to say it, whereas it allow you to get jobs possibly in the future, but at the same time, just like you said, the jobs are
they're going there. Yeah. Now you've learned all that stuff, the coding and all the rest of it. Now they have the computers doing the coding or the AI is doing the coding. And so your $100,000 a year job is gone, right? Yeah.
Whew, well, I guess I guess trade schools is the place to go then. Instead of going to college. I don't know, but we still do need doctors, and we do need some lawyers to get us out of certain bonds. So I don't bonds.
Revolutionaries. That's what we need. Revolutionaries.
That's right. Ooh, say that, brother Kamal.
All right. So we got a dope show coming up tomorrow. We got some guests coming through tomorrow, and what else we got going on, y'all? Anything? Yes.
My show is tonight.
That's right. The show is tonight.
Come look at the videos of Washingtonians cussing out the police that they're not going to show you on your local news. they are not going to. Tom Yamas will not be showing this on NBC Nightly News. No, y'all need to know that the people are in the streets, not only fighting back, but talking back, most importantly. And Washingtonians' words, they hurt. They cut. It hurts. So, yes. Okay. Tune in tonight. Burn It Down with Kim Brown, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Go over there, like and subscribe and share. Thank you so much.
All right. And once again, make sure y'all tune in this Thursday for Classical Breakdown Music 101. I'll be sure album in effect mode. We will be covering that.
I'm so excited. I had the cassette and the CD. Okay. That's how much that album meant to me.
I definitely had the cassette. I had that one and Keith Sweat joint. What about you?
I was like, Keith Sweat was another person of that era. I wanna. Yeah, I got nothing going on.
Make it last forever.
Forever.
Don't let I love you.
Ooh, it still looks good. My man be on stage performing. You know,
that man got that dinosaur neck too.
Not
boy.
sounding all that good though. Come out. He is looking good.
Oh no, it's not. You can't do it no more.
Well, to the extent he could in the first place, that has always been debatable, right? But I seen some clips.
That's true. But he had a unique voice. He had a unique sound.
It sounds even more unique now at 65, or however old Keith Sweat is. But on the flip side, Peebo Bryson got clips out here circulating around, and y'all better put some respect on Peebo Bryson name out here. Peebo Bryson sounded like it's 1977 out here. Amazing. Yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna send it to you, Kamal and Knock. I'm gonna put it in a remix group chat so everybody can see. Y'all got to see people out here showing off.
Keith Sweat did have one of them songs talking about some young girls too. Well, I think they all did. Rick James had a song called 17.
BBD. Underage, adolescent. How you doing? Fine. She was by my side. I like to do the wild thing. Action took place. Hey, gotta like, come on, don't forget the J, the I, the M, the M.
Oh my.
Let's make America great again.
Oh my.
All right, well, thank y'all for tuning in.
Adolescent, how you doing? Wow. If you're a Gen X woman, shout out to you for surviving. If you a Gen X woman and you still out here, I salute you for your survival skills because baby.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. The Remix Morning Show. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm the Ear Doctor. That's Kamal K. Franklin and Burn It Down Kim Brown. We out of this biatch.
Where do we go?